I think it's been proven all year long that it's challenging to get any win in this league for us. Our team has to play very well. Um, we've had two very competitive games with Stanford. The first game we got off to a big lead, but they really put it to us in the second half and got the lead down to single digits, and we had to hang on to win. And then in our second game, we were down 11 in the first half and had a battle back to narrowly escape on the road. And so, not unlike most of the games we've played this year, and most of the games in our conference, and I'd hazard to guess that around college basketball they're pretty competitive. So you could take that projection that you ask in your question and say that it's true in any one game, let alone over the course of three. Well, once again, I don't know that teams who compete the way Stanford does and give their best, you know, all of a sudden are going to dial it up. I think they've been playing with tremendous effort and energy all season long. I think Coach Dawkins has done a tremendous job. They have two of the leading scorers in our conference in Fields and Green that are extremely explosive and dangerous offensively. And so just like throughout the regular season, we expect, you know, a great challenge on Thursday night. I thought they did that to some measure last time. They really flexed down to the post a lot, and he was able to find open cutters and shooters even in that game. He finished with three big assists for us and hit the open man, I thought, on a number of occasions very well. But, certainly coming off a game like he had, you would expect that he'll attract attention once again. And, our guys are just going to have to do a good job of discerning, what Stanford has taken away and what perhaps may be there for us. Well, I mean, they're a good team. They play together well as a team. And, they've had different guys step up for them. For instance, the last game, Schiller hit 4 threes. And so as much as we talk about Green and Fields, guys around them have been very good, um, players as well. Our guys are smart. They really are. Um, that's not a concern whatsoever. Our guys understand as well as anybody that they've got to take it one day at a time, that we need to have a good practice today. We need to continue to prepare well all week, and you don't get to play on Friday unless you play well on Thursday. And our guys understand that. They don't need me to explain that to them. I give them far more credit than that of understanding what the heck needs to be done. Well, I'm pleased most about the fact that I think our team, by and large, has played quality basketball. And that's really the litmus test for us. Are we playing quality basketball? And I really think with perhaps some pockets here and there, maybe a half here, a half there, our team has been relatively consistent and has played good quality basketball. It always hasn't translated into a win. I mean, I know we're a far measure from undefeated, but I just look at who we are and the level we're playing at, and is it good basketball? Is it quality basketball? And I think this team has played quality basketball on a very consistent basis throughout the season. Notwithstanding some slips on the ice here and there. Well, the more wins you have, the better your position is. That's obvious. Um, but I don't know that anybody can say with certainty now because it's not only a function of what we do, but what happens around the country. There's still so much basketball to be played. As crazy as that sounds to me, I know, given that we're in the final weekend. This final weekend sometimes takes on, this epic proportion. I'd have to think back, but perhaps not. I mean, this Pac-10 season has been extremely competitive, very balanced, and I think, like I've said here for the last several weeks, our league has improved tremendously. If you take as you look at the tournament field, if you take a real-time snapshot of the quality of play in our league now, compared to as it was in November and December, if you're taking a real-time snapshot where the Pac-10 is, we have been a tremendously improved conference. Now, it's hard to prove that, outside of just watching games intelligently, because all we've done is play each other. We haven't played non-conference games that would substantiate that claim. So in order to rely on that type of statement, you'd have to sit down and watch the games, which obviously we do when we watch film and when we compete. But our league has improved and grown tremendously, and I think that bodes well for us on Selection Sunday, because the level of play has improved dramatically. And there's not a numbers test that you can apply to that, but a part of what the committee will do, part of the equation is, okay, when we watch this team play, what do our eyes tell us? What do we see? That has to count for something, and I think it does.